Will not back down from this. He will come hard. Doesn't take many balls to get going normally.
Roars from the crowd as Shaheen passes the bat for the first, and I'm sure it won't be the last time today.
Yeah, I mentioned Phil Salt will not back down from any challenge. This just run across him, but still beats him on the inside of the bat. No real swing. Geez, if it did swing, he was in trouble.
Yeah, it looks like he's keeping that front pad out the way and his front foot out the way, as if he's expecting or fearful of that in-swinging Yorker. That's the threat from Shaheen early on. Might have been a slower ball. The way that Phil Salt played that or chipped it into the leg side suggests it was a slightly slower delivery.
Yeah, really clever stuff from the tall left armour. Great ability, great skill. But have done his homework, knows these two will come hard, more so Salt than Butler. Look at those numbers, 115 games, just the 100. They'll score plenty more, the strike rate. And around 145, one of England's greats.
Butler off the mark straight away with a nice push through the offside, just using his timing rather than his power to get his innings underway.
Yeah, clever, recognising the threat that Shaheen Shah Afridi poses and the skill that he produces. Ball's full on pace, you just need to time it to find the gap. Butler always feels if he can get going, can go big.
Ooh, there it is again. Fast, full, swinging in. Butler does well.
Full yet again. No swing on this occasion. Look how well he targets those stumps. From the stump mic as well. He looks as if he's coming from above the side screen. Big last ball here.
That is powerfully struck by Phil Salt. Over cover. Driving the ball on the up to finish with a boundary, 8 for none, 1 gone.
First real sign of aggression from England. Phil Salt, touch fuller, but it's the width that he climbs into. Enjoys going aerial all around the ground. Nice to get his first boundary and get away.
Well, it'll be left arm over the wicket from both ends. Shaheen with that helpful breeze. Mohamed Amir will have to fight the breeze if he wants to try and swing it back at the right-handers. Breeze should encourage him to push it across. There is a slip in place. Boy, it seems a long time ago since we first saw Mohamed Amir here in 2010. Young slip of a lad, swinging it at pace both ways. He's a bit older, a bit wiser now.
How do you think that conversation would have went between the two left armers? Who's getting the wind and who isn't?
Well, I suspect Shaheen gets the choice these days. Might have been different, as I say, 14 years ago when we first saw Mohamed Amir, when he was leading the attack really, but it's Shaheen who's the attack leader now. I suppose the option is that you'd follow up Amir after Shaheen, but they want to hold Harish Rauf back. It's good to see him back, by the way, after an interesting 12 months or so. Well, he's holding that ball to swing it back at at Butler. Ooh, it's an inside edge, just flashing past leg stump.
Yeah, full yet again. The plan is clear from the two left armers. They want to give it every opportunity to swing. Doesn't on this occasion. Butler nearly dragged it onto his stumps.
As you look at these two teams, quite sure whether they're both at full strength yet, but obviously we're only 8 days away from the start of the World Cup. How do you evaluate the chances of both in the competition?
Yeah, I think good chances. I'd say England more so than Pakistan. England are very strong, defending champions. Ranked number 3 in the world. Have a lot of power in their batting lineup. Good all-rounders, spinning all-rounders, which I think will be very effective on wickets in the Caribbean and America. I think what would boost England's chances even more so, how the progression of Jofra Archer throughout this series goes.
Past the outside edge, big appeal from the crowd, but not much reaction from Azam Khan, or indeed the slip.
Oh, again, just going across the right-handers. No real interest. More a crowd reaction than anything else.
Gets this away in front of square, not timed particularly well. It looked as though it came off somewhere near the bottom of the bat and a scamper through for 3. Of course, this is a replay of that World Cup final in 2022 in Melbourne. There's a lot of dramatic cricket in that game, a lot of fine fast bowling, England getting over the line in the end, largely through Ben Stokes, who of course has made himself unavailable for this World Cup coming up. Injection of fresh blood in places for both teams, even though that World Cup was just a couple of years ago. That's that angle doing for Butler as it passes the outside edge again. 12 for none.
Yeah, beating the bat yet again, Mohammad Amir. Excellent over, just 4 from it. Really giving England batters that much, perhaps a little bit of movement off the pitch. Excellent skill.
Wide of mid-on. Again, not sweetly timed, but it's as much power as anything else that gets that ball to the rope.
And as is such the case with Phil Salt, because he goes so hard, even mishits, clear the inner field. Just catches the inside half of the bat.
It's got the makings of a good partnership, this, because Salt is so aggressive at the start. Actually, it just gives Jos Buttler a little time to settle in. Oh, word, that was honing in on the bottom of the base of middle stump.
Well, he had an excellent Indian Premier League. This is the first over against Shaheen Shah Afridi. Ball missed, and then the boundary. Just a touch, a fraction of width on offer. That's what he's waiting on. Any type of width, keep his front pad out of the way, use the pace when on offer.
Just giving himself a touch of room there to try and create a little bit of width. The line was tight enough, but it was because Butler had moved just a fraction outside leg stump that enabled him to free his arms.
Yeah, full swing of the bat. And again, not quite timed, but finds the gap from Butler. Do see him do this and apply this method as he gets going. The shuffling of the left shoulder.
It's what you'd call in poker a tell. I'm not sure you'd miss the tell either, Owen, as a very keen poker player, aren't you?
Well, Joss actually isn't. An avid chess player, actually, which on occasion we have played. To come back to your original question, Ath, about how both sides might fare at the World Cup, we've covered England. I think they're probably second favourites, or my second favourites. Pakistan is a genuine outside chance. And the key to that being how positive they can be with the bat, and how strong their bowling lineup can be.
Another four down the ground again. This is a good over for England. It's the third boundary in it. Couple to Butler, one to Phil Salt, and England starting to motor now.
Yeah, and so is the scoreboard. Without England getting away, they're finding an effective way to keep the board up and running. Again, no swing from Afridi. Butler sitting back and looking to target up and over.
.25 for none, end of the third.
Right now at B&Q and TradePoint, get 20% off outdoor plants in store and 20% off selected garden furniture and barbecues, so you can chill, grill and fill your garden with colour for less. Shop in store and online. You can do it when you B&Q it.
McDonald's new Mix and Match menu. Choose any three for just £3. Only until the 11th of June. Go on, get mixing.
Talking about Pakistan's batting, it was interesting to hear Fakhar Zaman before the game talk about trying to up their intent, talking about the fact that they see 200 as almost a par or minimum score these days. One thing can be certain, if Pakistan get runs on the board, they have got the bowlers to defend. Here's one of them coming back into Pakistan's T20 side, Imad Wasim, and the spinners are going to play a big part in the Caribbean. Remember, the tournament is in the Caribbean and the US, so the pitches in the States are going to be a little bit of an unknown quantity. In the Caribbean, we'd expect places like Trinidad and Guyana to help the spinners as we go through the tournament. Often the squares there quite small, pitches might get used, spinners will come into it, play a very important role. Here's Imad Wasim.
Get it!
Phil Salt up and over and wide of mid-on, but not wide enough. Huge cheers greet the first wicket for Pakistan. It is Shaheen long on to take the catch.
Inspiration in the change that was made, and the impact is immediate from Imad. This is an excellent catch.